Every man has lived this moment, but very few know how to read it. That confusing space where you feel a woman might like you, but her behavior doesn't quite match. She's warm one day and cold the next. She remembers small things you said, but then acts distant. She shows up around you, but pretends you don't matter. And you start wondering, is she actually into me? Or am I just making this up in my head? That's what we're unpacking today. Because here's the important truth. When a woman likes a man but tries not to show it, she almost never hides it perfectly. Her words may sound neutral, her face may look calm, but her behavior almost always leaks the truth. Sometimes she hides her feelings because she's shy. Sometimes she doesn't want to seem too easy. Sometimes she's afraid of getting hurt. And sometimes she just wants to see what kind of man you really are before she opens up. Whatever the reason, the signs are there, if you know where to look. In this breakdown, we're going to go through the psychology and the little details most men overlook. The tiny shifts in tone, body language, and reactions that quietly expose how she truly feels. This isn't about tricking her or playing games. It's about understanding women so you can move with clarity instead of confusion. If you've ever had a woman be friendly and then distant, if she keeps appearing in your space yet acts like you're just whatever, if she seems to care, then pretends she doesn't. By the end, you'll know exactly what those mixed signals really mean. Let's dive in. 1. She's not interested, but she's always paying attention. A woman can act indifferent. She can keep a straight face. She can avoid flirting. But if she likes you, she notices you. This is one of the strongest quiet signs. She may not text you all day, but she remembers the random thing you said last week. She casually brings up your favorite food, your job change, your family situation, things you barely remember mentioning. That's not random friendliness. That's investment. Women don't mentally track details about men they don't care about. If she remembers the small things, it's because she's paying attention on purpose. You'll see it in conversations too. She sounds casual, but she keeps asking little questions, so the interaction doesn't die. How was your day? Did that project go well? Did you ever go to that place you talked about? She may wrap it in a neutral tone, but she's gathering information because she cares. Her attention shows up online too. She sees your stories quickly. She just happens to know about something you posted, even if she didn't like or comment. If another woman is interacting with you, she notices that as well. Sometimes she'll even pretend to ignore you in person, yet somehow she still knows way more about you than someone who talks to you every day. That's not an accident, that's quiet interest. If she remembers your birthday from a passing comment, notices a new haircut, or picks up on a joke you thought no one heard, her mind is tracking you, even while her mouth is acting chill. Her attention is her emotional investment. If she's watching you closely while trying to look detached, she likes you more than she's willing to show. Second, her body is honest when her words are controlled. A woman can choose her words. Her body is much harder to script. When she likes you but doesn't want to reveal it, her physical reactions often expose her feelings. Eye contact is a big one. She may avoid staring at you for long because she knows her eyes will give her away. But when you aren't looking, she glances. She checks your expression, your clothes, how you carry yourself. And the second you look back, her eyes shift, her head turns, she looks away. If she had no feelings, she'd have no reason to be cautious. Her body position is another clue. Maybe she's talking to friends, but her feet or shoulders still angle in your direction. Maybe in a group setting, she somehow always ends up near you, even if she's not directly speaking to you. Then come the little nervous habits. Around you, she might touch her hair or tuck it behind her ear, adjust her clothes or jewelry, straighten her posture when you walk by. These aren't calculated seduction moves. They're unconscious responses to someone she wants to look good for. You may also notice her face changes subtly around you. She smiles softer, laughs at things that aren't that funny, or her voice becomes a little lighter and more open, even if she's trying to act normal. On the flip side, some women freeze up. They go quiet, a bit stiff, or overly serious, not because they don't like you, but because they like you too much and don't know how to act naturally. The key is comparison. How does she behave with other men? And how is she with you? If her body becomes more careful, reactive, or sensitive specifically around you, there's a reason. Her mind might be hiding. Her body is not. 3. She's herself with other men, but different with you. Here's where a lot of men get confused. They see her laughing, joking, and fully relaxed with other guys, but serious, quiet, or guarded with them. So they assume she likes them more. Often it's the opposite. Around men she's not emotionally attached to, she can be carefree. There's nothing to lose, no risk, no expectation. Around someone she actually likes, everything feels higher stakes, so she becomes more cautious. She might think more before she speaks. She might avoid flirting too openly. She might hold back smiles or compliments because she doesn't want to give away how much she cares. Sometimes she even swings the other way, acting extra distant, sarcastic, or uninterested with you. Not out of dislike, but as self-protection. It's easier to pretend you don't affect her than to admit that you do. Pay attention to the contrast. Is she loud and playful with everyone, but calm and measured with you? Is she open and chatty with others, but chooses her words carefully around you? Does she seem almost too neutral when it's just you two? That difference is meaningful. Women rarely waste energy hiding their emotions from men they don't care about. They only do that when you matter. 4. She finds ways to be near you without making a move. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to be obvious, she usually won't say, "Can I hang out with you?" Instead, she creates situations. She might join the same group or activity you're in, show up at events she knows you attend, linger a bit longer in places where you're around, suddenly take interest in topics, hobbies, or spaces that are part of your world. On the surface, it all looks casual. Nothing is clearly romantic. But the pattern is intentional. She happens to walk past you more than once. She just ends up in the same area. She asks small questions that require small interactions, which give her a reason to engage without exposing too much. A woman who feels nothing doesn't repeatedly position herself near you. That takes effort. Effort means intent. Your job is not to interrogate it. Your job is to notice it and stay grounded. When she creates these openings, she's hoping you'll handle it with confidence. She doesn't want pressure. She wants ease. So be warm, relaxed, and natural. Start simple conversations. Include her if she seems to hover nearby. You don't need a big move, just presence. The safer and more comfortable you make those moments, the more likely she is to slowly lower her guard. 5th, she feels jealous, but tries hard to play it cool. Jealousy is one of the clearest emotional giveaways. When a woman tries not to show interest, she won't tell you directly that anything bothers her, but her reactions around other women can speak loudly. Notice what happens when another woman laughs with you, someone compliments you, you get attention in a group. Her mood might shift. She might go quieter, more serious, or suddenly detached. That's self-protection. She doesn't want you to see that she cares, so she pulls back emotionally. Other women respond the opposite way. They become more talkative, playful, or suddenly flirt with others in front of you. Not because they magically like someone else, but because jealousy pushes them to balance the scales. It's a way of saying, "I'm not the only one with options." Sometimes it slips out through small comments. "Wow, she really likes talking to you. You and her seem close." On the surface, it sounds casual. Underneath, it's emotional. She's observing and reacting, even if she pretends she's not. Jealousy is hard to fake. It shows up in tone, in eyes, in silence, in sharp little jokes or sudden distance. If the idea of losing your attention doesn't bother her at all, She doesn't care. If it does bother her and she tries to hide it, that says a lot. Sixth, her friends know more than she'll admit. If you really want to know whether you're important to her, watch her friends. Women share. They talk about the guy who caught their eye, the one who confused them, the one they can't quite figure out. So even if she's acting as if you're just someone, pay attention to how her friends behave when you're around. Do they look at you and then at her with knowing smiles, whisper or giggle when you walk up, seem extra curious or friendly toward you? That usually means your name has already come up in private. Sometimes her friends go quiet when you suddenly appear. That silence is loud. It often means you were the topic a few seconds earlier. Some friends become protective, subtly evaluating how you act, how you treat her, how you interact with others. They care because she cares. Women don't mobilize their friends' attention for a man who means nothing. If she's shy, she might actually ignore you more when her friends are present, so they don't tease her. Meanwhile, they keep glancing between you two, watching for hints. When she truly doesn't like someone, her friends barely notice him. When she does, they often become the unspoken chorus in the background. Seventh, she gives you small tests to see who you really are. One of the biggest signs she likes you, while trying not to show it, is that she quietly tests you. These aren't big dramatic tests. They're small, subtle, psychological check-ins to see your character without exposing her feelings. She might ask casual questions with deeper meaning. Do you believe in commitment? What do you look for in someone? Pull back slightly to see if you become clingy or stay steady. Tease you to see how you handle pressure. Mention other people just to observe your reaction. She's not doing this to manipulate you. She's trying to feel safe. If she's genuinely interested, she wants to know, can you stay calm when things aren't perfect? Do you respect yourself? Do you respect her? Are you consistent, or do you crumble under the smallest emotional shift? If you respond with neediness, panic, or defensiveness, that tells her a lot. If you stay relaxed, kind, and grounded, that tells her even more. When a woman doesn't care at all, she doesn't bother testing you. She saves that energy for men who matter. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to show it, her behavior will always say more than her words. She may act neutral, controlled, or distant, but her attention, body language, jealousy, friends' reactions, and quiet little tests are constantly giving you information. Most men only listen to what she says and get lost in doubt. The moment you start watching how she behaves, the confusion fades. And when confusion fades, your confidence grows. You no longer chase blindly. You respond with clarity. You know when to lean in, when to relax, and when to let go. Because in the end, the real power isn't in decoding every signal perfectly. It's in understanding that you don't have to guess your worth. You read the signs, you trust what you see, and you move forward with calm, grounded confidence, whether she admits her feelings or not.